All right. Namaste, everybody. I think we are now live on Facebook Live, and we're also live on Zoom for the Anchoring Light Transmission Meditation. Um, I'm just looking at the window behind me over here and how magnificent that looks. We've been having some rain, and there's also this like little light that's coming in right now. So I'm just noticing it's very pretty back here. So it really sets a very nice um, space to talk about a little bit about the topic I'm talking about is discernment, and have a dear friend that is visiting, Suzanne, and we went to dinner together and we had this discussion about discernment. And what we talked about, particularly those that are on the path, they are awakened or awakening. They realize that there's more to this three-dimensional material world. In fact, we are so much more than that. We, in fact, come from a very high aeon. Some people call it Zion. There's other names for it, but it's a high realm of light. That's the Adam Kadmon. That is the divine human. That's who we are. That's our spark. Now, grant you are in these physical bodies and part of a material world, and therein lies the experience. I'm going to say not struggle, but the experience, okay? And animal body versus the spiritual body, and this back and forth going on, the proverbial good against evil, the fact of a duality that exists in this creation. And so it is what it is. But what we're here to do now is to bring it up into the ascended realms of light. So there's an ascension that's going on. And to make that connection, because we are a trinity, this creation is a trinity, and to anchor that one thing that will keep the polarities balanced, so we have that perfect thing. That's what we're trying to do. And there's different ways and different cultures and different ways of experiencing it, but it's raising the frequency of the planet to come into this higher stabilization of perfect balance and of peace and of all the things of our hearts dreaming. Nobody said, oh, let's create a world where there's suffering and heartache and all of that. No. That's not who we are really as a humanity. We're not even that. There are other dynamics that are going on because the creation is just so vast, so very, very vast. And you have, like how you have cliques here, you have little agendas, little groups, that want to do their agenda. And oh, look at the planet. We want to get there. No, we want to get there. It's ours. No, all of this stuff going on. If it's happening here, it's happening on higher levels. And if it's happening on higher levels, it's happening here. But in between all of that, okay, there is a group of beautiful souls, okay, period. And there's a group of souls that came here to say, I'm going to help out. I'm going to help with the divine plan. And here we are at the Lion's Gate, a particular portal of time. There's opportunities, okay, for the children of light, the children of the earth, okay, who have not forgotten their origins, who they are, or are seeking to remember who their origins are, because really I'm just saying, we're just recapitulating to remember who we are and get onto our ongoing track of light that we've been on actually many incarnations. For us to be here where we are now, we have been on this track, not just this lifetime. Because you figure what, this lifetime, how much time do you have? Not even that much. Gosh, if you even make it to 100, by the time you get it all figured out, boom. It's like, what? I just figured it out. Then you're gone out of the body. You have to start all over again into the veil of forgetfulness and recapitulate all over again and move a couple of steps forward. I mean, it's just a long, arduous task on this journey, but that's the way it is on planet Earth. And I understand too, not just our planet, there's other planets too. And if you can believe it or not, there are even lower worlds than ours, but that's hard to believe. But anyway, let's just keep on topic. Let's keep on topic. Okay, so in this amazing Lion's Gate, we have tremendous opportunity. Okay, we have become clear, like, hey, I'm here to make a difference in the world. In whichever way, what capacity I can do it, that's unique to me. No one can take your place. You are the only one that could do what you particularly can do. That's why everybody is vital, important, and to be appreciated. And so, because we all have a puzzle piece that's unique to us that only we can do, what combines all of us together is the higher heart of unconditional love and compassion. That's what binds us together. We have different personalities, we have different ways. That's all good. And we need that diversity and all of that good stuff. But what brings us all together is that higher love for God, okay? God's will, okay, is what brings us all together and a field to make a positive, loving difference in the world. So now, having said that, who do you think is working overtime also? Who doesn't want this to happen? Who says, hey, I like things the way they are. I'm in charge and I don't want anything else to change. I like it as it is. And my agenda is we're the power control and we just want to keep things the way they are because we want the chaos in the world. We want all of that. So these humans will be too distracted to remember who they are and make a change. We want things to stay the way they are. So that being said, okay, there's all kinds of little traps and deceptions that are out there for light workers, particularly those who are awake. And there's going to be the distractions. So case in point, we had a powerful, powerful Sunday service yesterday. I mean, powerful. I'll tell you in a minute. But what's happening afterwards, we were doing an ordination of a very powerful light worker whose time has come to say, okay, I'm coming out and forward and to make a difference in the world. So Wednesday, this was yesterday, Sunday, Wednesday, the ceiling in the sanctuary fell to the floor. We have these beautiful white curtains. A few of them have seen them. The curtains were stained with, rust and whatever else was going on there. And the floor was flooded. So it had to do with the air conditioner, a condenser thing that was clogged. Anyway, I knew, as opposed to panicking, I said, wow, this Sunday must be really important, okay, for this big distraction. But guess what? We all stayed in alignment and we all just called the air conditioner person. And it was 4 of us that came together, okay, that actually when people walked in, they would not have had a clue that this place was in the disaster that it was. We had the most powerful Sunday service and the ordination was just amazing. In the Sunday service, the energy that came in, so powerful, so strong, was the Shekinah presence, the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, so powerful, okay, that we never even got a chance to finish the very beginning of our program. It just came and swooped in, and it can happen like that in the moment. There was levels of healing that took place because we're close to the portal, the Lionsgate portal, that people who never cry were crying and boo-hooing. Never cried because the presence moved that powerfully. It moved that powerfully in. Many of us are still recovering from the experience. I know I slept 10 hours and I'm still tired, but it was a tremendous blessing. Now, what's going to happen? There's always going to be some distractions when you're moving on your path. Okay. And you just have to be aware of that. And what do? You don't panic. You don't freak out. I always believe in the breath. Just breathe and just say, you know what? Whatever's trying to distract me, okay, I have something more powerful to move it forward. So I never worry about it. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. That's it. And breathe and breathe. And then the inspiration, the people, the earth angels, everything shows up and gets it done. So you don't have to worry. That's what's wonderful about it. When you hand over a thing to the higher power and just say, guide me, it's easy. It's easy. The next thing to know is that there is going to be the need for you to really fine tune your divine discernment, not just discernment, divine discernment. There's a difference because we are multi-dimensional beings. And so things are going to come to us in multi-dimensional ways. There's going to be these things that are going to say, oh, you know, if you do this, you'll be famous, or, oh, you can make all this money, or you're so special. Okay. Or, you know, you didn't do the right thing that person, you know, who's going to love you. You chat, 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 chat. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to go, shh, shush. Shushish, is that a word? Shushish. I shall shusheth you. So I will stop that mind chatter, because particularly in the mental plane, happens in emotional planes too, but mental thoughts can impinge that are not yours. And that's when you know that there's something that's not coming from unconditional love, that's not coming from the highest light. If it has you focusing on those things that are going to start to bring your energy down, or you feel bad, or a sense of not having self-worth, or just going down this rabbit hole, or that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough. Oh, it goes on and on and on and on. And the best one of all is that you're not worthy enough. Are you kidding me? We were made in the divine image. We are more than worthy. It is our birthright. We come from a high aeon, but it's all these other energies that have their own agenda. Okay, they want to keep things down in the frequency it is. And what best way to do it? But to have you start downing yourself, but by you making decisions based on the material plane. The material plane say, oh, let's go. Nothing wrong with money. We all need money. Okay. But when it comes to money at the sake of hurting others or not coming in an ethical way, then that's when you start falling into the trap. When it comes to greed, where you could have as much as you want, but you still need more, it's an energy. And if you have to discern. So wait a minute, is this the energy? Because once it gets hold of you, it's hard to see it. It's like you get blinded. You don't even know you're in it until you have, ideally, your friends to say, hey, wake up out of this trance. Look what you're doing. Like, oh my God. Because it's that subtle, but it's that enticing. So it's going to require all of us to be really very discerning. And if you're not sure about something, you don't make a decision in that moment. My favorite phrase is, let me think about it, I'll get back to you. Because I may not know exactly in that moment what to do. I need to reflect on it, or I need to think about it. I need to process it. Okay, so first of all, you don't have to make a decision at any time, but I want to tell you the real discerning thing. If something is not feeling right, I don't care if it's like a little, you don't have to say, well, let me check it out and see if my feeling is correct that I should not do this. We don't do that anymore. Am I really right? Let me go ahead. This is our mind. I don't feel good about this, but you know what? Let me just check it out to make sure I'm correct that I don't feel good about it. We don't do that anymore. If you say, I don't feel good about something, it ends right there. I'm not going any further. I'm not going any further. That's when you fine tune your mastery. It's like, I'm not feeling it, not feeling it. Note to self, not feeling it. And then you act on that, because that's how you're going to fine tune your discernment. Can you imagine each time you say, well, let me go down the rabbit hole and see if I'm really right? The only problem with that, you go down that rabbit hole, it may open up to another rabbit hole and so on. The next thing you know, you're lost in that rabbit hole. And ideally, somebody can find you and pull you out of that. Okay. But everybody's going to be tested now. So what I want to say, I'm going to do a special healing, and I want to thank Annie for this beautiful prayer. It's called the Angelic Michael Clearing. And we're going to all do that together. And whenever those of you see this across your feed, and you will, most of you are going to get this after we have broadcast this live. Okay, but whenever this comes across, we're going to say this and attune to this together. We're going to clear any negative energy around. We're going to clear not only for ourselves individually, but for our families, for our community, for the country, for the planet, and for all the celestial bodies that move around our own sun loci and beyond that. So we're going to clear the space where we find ourselves and move it out to the world. I invoke Archangel Michael with the fifth dimensional tube of light. Michael, please place the tube of light around me in this lifetime and in all lifetimes, all planetary systems and all source systems, all alternate realities and all parallel realities, all alternate universes and all parallel universes, as well as all source systems in this time and in all times. Archangel Michael, use your sword of light to clear me of all foreign energies, all thought forms and beings. And when I am clear, escort these energies into the tube of light and return them to the fifth dimension to be transmuted to another form of light. Close up my aura to the influences of all beings except my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians. So be it, and so it is. Amen, 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 and amen. So take this powerful prayer to heart in this Lion's Gate of 8/8/2022. Very powerful numerological numbers right now. Have this prayer, this intention, and any form that you want to say it. But I'm going to say the thing that we do in the morning now when we get up is we say this prayer or a prayer like it, that we are consciously aware of all the things that are bombarding us. Only don't those things that come from love, that support us, that uplift us, and all those things that do not, we simply put them into the light. They cannot come or penetrate our thoughts or our emotions. And with that, I'm going to say namaste to all our beautiful family of light. See you next time.